Hey, it's Edie Kay, and today I've got a couple things. First of all, I've got a couple of new projects that I'm working on that I'm super excited about, and I'm going to tell you about that at the end of the video. But before I do that, I wanted to share a story with you, and it's just a really great life lesson, life success, life happiness lesson. I'll give you kind of the nutshell version so the video doesn't last 25 minutes. But the nutshell version of the story is this. There's a professor that comes into his classroom. A college professor comes into his classroom. All he has is an empty jar. He takes the jar and he fills it full of golf balls. And he holds up the jar that's full of golf balls and he says to his class, is the jar full? And you know, most of the students in the class are saying, yeah, the jar's full. So he doesn't say anything else. Now he sets the jar down and he reaches over and he grabs a box full of pebbles. And then he takes the pebbles and pours them into the jar with the golf balls in it. And they're falling around in the cracks. And he shakes the jar a little bit and they fall down a little bit more. And then he says to the students, now is the jar full? And again, the majority of the students are looking at the jar and they're like, well, yeah, now it's totally full. There's, you know, no room for anything else. So then the professor takes a box of sand and he pours a large amount of sand into the jar that seemingly is already full. And the sand obviously makes its way through all the crevices, and he can fit quite a bit of sand, and then all the way to the top is the sand. And then now the professor says, is the jar full? And the students say yes, and he says, I agree. And he says, the problem is most people go through life and they fill their jar up first with the sand. Not all the way up, but they pour that amount of sand, they pour it in the jar first. And then they try to fit the golf balls in there. And he said, if I had taken the sand and poured the sand in first, no way was I gonna get that many golf balls in that jar. The problem is most people are doing that. And what I mean by sand is all the little stuff, all the you know, quote unquote insignificant things in our life is what we're filling our day and what we're filling our lives with. And the golf balls are the things that are most important to you, the things that you value the most. I'm not here to tell you, nor do I want to tell you what those golf balls should be for you. I can only say what they are for me. And those are really just my priorities. Family, health, relationships, spirituality. Those are gonna be my main things. Now those are your golf balls. You get to pick what those are for you. And you want to put those in your life jar first. You want to get those in there first, because if you don't, what happens is you fill your jar up with the sand in life, the insignificant things, that there's no room for the things that matter. So I can't tell you how many times I hear clients say, my day is so full, I don't have any time to spend 10 minutes having a deep conversation with my partner, or I don't have any time for the gym. I don't have any time to work out. I don't have any time to walk with my friends because my life is so full. Well, what's it full with? What's your life jar full with? Is it sand, mostly, and a couple of golf balls? Or is it, did you get the golf balls in there first and then get the pebbles in there? Things like work. And then, truthfully, everything else is sand. Everything else is sand, and it'll fit in where it can. And I'll tell you, I'll know when I'm not putting my golf balls in first because things seem unbalanced. I don't feel the full happiness and fulfillment that I would be if I was giving priority to those golf balls first and not letting other things get in the way of me getting those in there. So I hope that helps you. I hope that story, helps you frame what you're going to do and how you're going to prioritize things in your life. I know it helped me a lot. So the next thing I want to tell you about, which I'm really excited about, I got to thinking about these videos that I do. I really want them to help you because the information that I've learned over these years and the things that have worked in my life, I want other people to be able to use those things too and see significant improvements in their life. So, I try to come up with some really good, useful information for you guys. But I got to thinking that maybe I don't always know what it is that you need. And so I tend to give what I think is good and what I think is useful information, and hopefully it is, that it would be super cool if I actually knew what people needed specifically, what areas they needed help in, whether that's in health, whether that's in their relationships, whether that's in their business. So what I'm going to be doing with these videos is starting a separate area on my website where you can actually put in your question. So you can ask me a question, and then I will, pull the information that I've learned over the last 6, 7, 8 years and generate a really good response for you. And if I don't have enough information in my head, then I'll research the answer for you. So I'm pretty excited about it. I think that's going to work really well to help serve you guys better. And then the second thing that I'm excited about is a project that I'm working on right now, to be able to work with people in groups. I've done all my coaching one-on-one or in a live event, and I'm excited to be launching some new group coaching programs here very soon. So be waiting for that information within the next week or 2. So I'm Edie Kay, and I hope that helped you today. I hope you have an awesome week, and I'll talk to you again soon.